Good morning. Today na Monday, the 9th of September 2024. And so I will welcome you now to the first edition of We TruTok Good Morning Show, where it come to you on 98.5 and on the Facebook page as well, we na TruTok. And me na Ishmael Saidukan.
Well, my name na Lucy Emanet Aliu. A beautiful morning to Una and plenty thank you for Una joining me this morning. Well, TruTok na platform where they give Una exclusive educational insights, civic discussion and also debates on understanding for make Una know the economy of Salon and how it go like.
So inside this first edition, we all know say 5 or 6 years ago, President Bill launched the free quality education. We now in August 2018, and after that 10 day, we see picking them go school now. They know the pay, but we want to know so far so good how free the free quality education. So we want to can disclose that this morning.
Well, before we start the program proper, we go for a quick break and we'll come back. The discussion go open.
First edition of TruTok Morning Show, where it come to you on 98.5 and we Facebook page where TruTok FM. And yourself can be part of the show this morning. You can send your message now we Facebook comments page and add your voice to within we can discuss this morning. So the topic again this morning have to do with the free quality education. We all know say school then they open today. And we see the helter skelter on the streets, speaking in the rush for go school, especially the one that we don't go GSS1, you know, the one for make sure say first day in school this morning. So we want for ask the question, how free the free quality education since they introduced 6 years ago?
Well, before we go diving into the program proper, we want to introduce the people that we would invite for come talk to we but this how free the free quality education be. So we get inside the studios Alfonso Mali, when are the executive director of Civil Rights Coalition, and then we also get Alpha Bakar Bari, when are the founder of Community Solidarity to Improve Lives in Sierra Leone, and also in a member of for Education for All Coalition. Well, so we guest them on our morning and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning. Family on our do.
Yes, Alfonso, how are you in this morning?
Well, 19 but 13 September. It's unusual.
Yes, and the beginning of season they go school on again this morning. Yes. So you don't follow this free quality education for a while now since the launch August 2018, and you don't get vast knowledge on how things then they run. We come to this particular scheme. Now, first of all, the question is that how free the free quality education?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think if I follow get a background, I will put it into perspective.
Okay.
Then from there we can know how free is the free quality education. So you go to the call the education sector analysis. The education sector analysis is a post-mortem of the entire education sector.
Okay.
Now when we talk of education, it's one sector. But because of efficient service delivery, the ministry is being divided. Having a ministry with a focus on the basic education, that is pre-primary, primary, junior and senior secondary. And having the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education focusing on tech voc and of course higher education, university, as the case may be. Now with this education sector analysis, we the ministry look with some partners and then find out say a lot of picking up the go school. And one of the reasons to make picking up the go school and find out say Then parents enable afford admission fee. Then parents enable afford tuition fee. They cannot provide learning and teaching material. Therefore, the idea of the free quality education come in. And that was the campaign message of President Bill, saying, I will eliminate the SS4 and ensure you get free quality education all throughout your basic education. And at university level, we'll look at sciences and give priority to girls. Now, in the education sector analysis also, it clearly states the problems they will get by education. Looking at the pedagogy means the method of teaching, looking at classroom size, looking at pupil to teacher ratio, looking at the environment, it is conducive for learning for take place, looking at teacher commitment and qualification. All of this put together will go to the now education sector plan. The education sector plan normally they span for 5 years. In this education sector plan we'll get, it starts from 2022 and it will end in 2026. And the theme for this education sector plan is transforming learning for all. And this is the very first education sector plan with 100% na Sierra Leone and put them together. There is no consultant who came for anywhere. 100% Sierra Leone. Now, the education sector plan gets 9 core objectives. And this 9 core objective now the solution to waiting and find out saying that the problem in the education sector analysis. How do you want to solve them? Let's have a way forward. So they have 9 core objectives. And this 9 core objective is clearly stated in the education sector plan. And when Senge Canada means, but before that, you need to know the package within the free quality education. Before that, the free quality was implemented by phases. You get phase 1. What's in phase 1? Abolition of tuition fee, abolition of admission fee, the provision of learning and teaching material. JSS get 4 textbook, primary get 4 textbook, SSS get 2 textbook, exercise book, ruler, in some cases sporting material. The creation of a situation room where you can have comparison with being a Kenny Marandi tell the company and McKinney, see where they can get best practice. The creation of interministerial committee, the payment of examination fees, and lastly, get for deal with the welfare of teachers. This can be the package. When Alpha Timbo begin implementing, ensure say all of them and a kind of fusion. We get the first textbook they will come. We see say not begin pay tuition fee, not begin pay admission fee. It went on well on the very first day of term when it was launched in 2018, August 20. The fee subsidy was paid before school reopens. So people thought it was a different direction altogether moving with the education sector. Now, when we don't get all of the one there, when Minister Senge come, he say it is unfair for grade the free quality education, because if you ask person, they don't put tuition fee yes 100%, they don't put admission fee yes, then supply line and teaching material yes. You say you government will get 100%. Let's put it into perspective how we can assess the free quality education. There came in the 4 guiding principle. The first one are universal access, ensuring all picking give equal opportunity for learn. 2 na comprehensive safety, way for ensure that they learn in an environment that is conducive and free from all form of abuse. That's the second guiding principle. The third one is radical inclusion. Radical inclusion get 4 core objectives. How do you ensure picking the way they come up for far remote area get education? Those coming from poor family background get education. The one there with special needs get various categories. Whether you are visually impaired, you are dumb, you are physically challenged, albino, and lastly, quality teaching and learning.
So you don't really mention NTS, but the question again, how free this free quality education?
Yes.
Because if you go to schools then before school they open, you go see even government school or government assisted schools, then they put price lists or buy certain things then. So
and parents then still get some amount of
so this is why I explain the commitment of government in the free quality education, which in government say they give. Then say they give you textbook. Then say they pull tuition fee. Then say they pull admission fee. Then say they pay for your exam fee. In the very first year, I be there they say for buy uniform and shoes. We as civil society will write to the president through saying and say no. Before you buy uniform shoes, use this money for recruit more teacher. Use this money for ensure say teachers who do not have pin code, you put them into the system they have pin code. And build more classrooms. Because once you don't make them free, but you don't come inside the system, people to teacher ratio don't large. So then pull that aspect say come on. Now where you don't know government in commitment, you will know how free is the free quality education. One, government say they pay tuition fee. Is that working? In some case it dey work, in some case it not dey work. How make you know the work? Tuition fee now we picking the kind inside the school. Now, before we get first, second, third choice, where you sit NPSC, all school they draw in line, and you must take this mark and they take down the mark ministry approve. If picking not get 1 mark for meet up that school the way one go, and they bribe the kind inside. You go find out. And then the world don't know. Even last year when the watch picking came out, he talk and publicly say no. And in some of our monitoring, we have seen parents, even though they can go camp and parents in the great talk, and this they ask me pass all. But we have seen parents who have complained to us and they pay tuition fee, then they ask them for admission fee. In fact, the book where government say forgive them. Now 1 book then give them picking, now 2 book then give them picking. In fact, the pencil don't broke, the pen don't broke, I get for go buy and back. So we find out saying the implementation of the free quality education. When you picking not get the stipulated mark, if they pay high money, past switching government they pay. Government they pay 10 loan for primary. Government they pay 50 loan for junior secondary. Government they pay 60 loan for senior secondary. So if you parents, you don't take na me and 4 million, 2 million for admission, a past 3 years school fee government they pay for me.
Okay, Alfonso Mali will come back to you on the director for Civil Rights Coalition, and in on the monitor the free quality education for the past 6 years, and we'll ask him again later the quality, how quality the free quality education be.
Well, over to you, Mr. Bakar from Council and Education for All. We don't hear you some of the challenges we they see around the free quality education, and according to IGR reports, we get like 52% of the burden then still they pan parents then. So how you think say now some of the ways that we go for tackle, or where governments go for tackle some of them challenges there? So.
Thank you very much for the opportunity for inviting me to come talk about school and business in the studio. And I want to thank Mr. Alfonso Mali for creating the platform, meaning give us an entire overview of how we emanate gradually into the free education process.
Yeah.
And of course, the education system, from time to time, we see the transformation way down they take place. But we see a lot of the challenges, even from the civil society point of view. We look at the NGO, where we see how the challenges we parents in the face with regards to people keep them picking them, people push in within and benefit from the free education system. And of course, every day by the free education package will see start in August 2018. Every day by stages. Some of the things that His Excellency will promise say that this thing is going for rollout. Every day by phase, just like what Mr. Alfonso Mali don't highlight. So, but like we look at the current situation, what's happen now within the schooling system, we get what we refer to as hidden cost, which serve as extra burden to families, especially poor children coming from poor homes. Yeah. Today, school don't reopen. We all see, of course, when I talk from the minister, they encourage picking them to attend, make sure the teachers in our school. And of course, engage the communities and let them support, the picking and go school, and because there's a critical role for play to let them pick and go school. But here is the situation. Apart from the things that where government already don't put in place to this policy, for say they go pay tuition free, public examination free, then what we can see. Then pick here, of course, especially the one with the transition from For example, the one that we recently take the 2024 NPSC exams, we expect them to reinforce them for the transition
Yes.
into
GSS.
GSS, junior secondary school. What thing happen? When you look at the package, enough for support CPK entirely every year. They are coming what we call hidden cost. And the teachers them and then schools here, we all know they get government don't give them prize. Then but parent them because of them once them beginning to attend a particular school, then the beer for good extra mile and make sure say them pay, like for example maybe they want forget something like pair of uniform. Yeah. They won't forget, especially the girls, where you see, like for example, like the faraway schools, or the girls' schools, when you see where they dress, you really know say yes. You know, like when you look at that package,
Okay.
you know, a more large, and over 60% of that is coming from the parent. So to we, you know, we see and say this is an extra burden to the parent. Then. And we all know right now how the economy day, we still struggle. So parent and they find it very hard for make sure say they able to fulfill, and education don't be a right.
Yeah. So una within the CSO angle, which one don't they do for make sure say, because Alfonso self mentioned some of them things, and they for make sure so na bring into government's attention, let some of them things not they happen, because as you mentioned, you get parents them way sometimes think for it now money say for lunch for give picking self for go school, very difficult.
What we they do, of course, one of the things we can do, of course, they do public education about what's in place.
I mean, for engage the authorities.
Yes, yeah, of course. One of the platform we can use, we can get engagement with the government, especially the authorities concerned. Then we they also go down to the teachers and where they directly implement this thing. They also to the parent them, because for that we able for improve on this existing situation, all parties involved. Yeah, especially the communities, because the community they the list more in the interface more with the teachers. Them. So within that thing, the government and they up there in terms of policy, and then they for implement policy and of course formulation and implementation of policies. But like where you come down now, you find out say parents themselves willing. Just like within Mr. Mali.
Is it not because monitoring not they take place enough?
Monitoring and accountability lacking within this thing. Not that this policy is not in place, but the framework.
So is it that this not a lapse on the government in your side?
Of course, government and the primary body who responsible, yeah. So they find out say parent them, you know, they're willing for go take this burden, yeah, even though government don't say I could do this, I could do that, but like, it gets a threshold. Then they come willing to give more and more and more and more at the expense of other needs. Just imagine a cost of a bag of rice. Now if you go for just go satisfied, maybe you get 1-2 PK. What's going to happen with the home? If they can't, you try for fulfill the PK basic right when at that of education at the expense of another basic right when have food and shelter at home. So they find out because of proper accountability and monitoring process, not this thing happen. But recently we see some recent development wherein one to see during the admission process that in schools here, we get key stakeholders then. We able for track, you know, some of them things here where they add extra burden to teachers and to parent them, perhaps and try for reduce they have things that will happen within schools. Meaning this is what you should pay, but when you come again, this still are called hidden cost, then they school will call. Maybe unknowingly to government. Government, you know, it could be so surprising for say, I don't know what thing happen at the school because there is no proper monitoring. So this can make, you know, this they create room for, you know, some of the things that they happen when they make parents support too much.
Okay, Alpha. Yeah. Thank you very much. We'll come to you. Family, not forget to say on they watch and also they listen to we Good Morning show na TruTok Radio 98.5, and you get we also on Facebook page, and we get Alpha and Alfonso Mani in the studio. They don't talk about the education sector as school door reopened today. Parents them and picking them see the about this morning, even though the rain disturb small, but especially when we don't go GSS, we see then they want for going to school for let them reach early. Alfonso, I'll talk about the radical inclusion quickly. Now the radical inclusion we see say now for bring come everybody on board, all the picking them on board, and we want to know from on our own perspective, on our own observation, how you don't retain picking like for example the one way pregnant, you want them way not disable them, how they don't retain them and how they don't bring more picking in the schools them.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, the radical inclusion na a policy will make the world turn to salon for help salon. We go to the call the multi-donor trust fund. We are in different nations, different countries. All they put some money for support education, and its secretariat is being established to implement those projects to support the education sector plan. Now, as I don't mention, the radical inclusion get 4 objectives. The radical inclusion are one of the best documents we don't read for ensure say everybody be catered for in education. When we went to France 2 years ago for the peer education summit, the Whitman and SSF talker, they say we attention turn out to salon because I develop this document. This is where I see Senge, Minister Senge, the world be look am, yes, not the best education minister at that time. One of the success na this document. But the implementation of the radical inclusion is so challenging that we will not even implement 2% of waiting inside the radical inclusion policy. I repeat, so I don't miss my word. I say we will not even implement 2% of waiting inside the radical inclusion policy because of resource constraint. Because government, for be very fair to government self, they look at several sectors. And of late we get challenges at the security sector. They will find out say bulk of waiting government they get, may they go towards that purpose. You go wake na morning and say strike, police go tell you okay, one fail, one this, one that, one. So you have to prioritize the security of me and you. Now this radical inclusion, we say the first objective, picking the way they come on a very far distance for get access to education. Lord begin with examination. Firstly, in terms of primary, we don't try. Each chiefdom now get examination center. But if we find out say first, picking in the work at 19-20 miles for go see 10 PSC. Now you not say no go work at 16-14 miles so, but at least that you chiefdom, you get center for NPSC. That's be achieved. But if you go further, you say transportation. Now one thing where they prevent picking them na the rural. 2, the only way they come off far side. If when the ministry recruit teacher, say you teacher are recruiting in the name of Falaba, I recruit you na Kubola, na Koli Farmer Bang na Tonkoli na day for teach. As them begin get salary, then they can free to can teach in private school. Left that school.
Yeah.
So the radical inclusion cannot be achieved ensuring those in far remote community when teachers are not still on there for good quality education.
If it's those structures then they will then go put in place for stop down there?
Well, the structures only way they put in place for stop teacher salary has to do with Ministry of Finance and Education having a system where they get return like Ministry of Health. For instance, the principal any the 20th of the month will be required for student teacher and can teacher and pay their salary. Ministry of Finance will affect that. Whether they can be efficient for that system is another discussion for another day. But the principal don't have control over teachers because their salary is being paid directly in their bank account by Ministry of Finance, irrespective of their action towards education. Right. Now the second one, you say picking the way they come out from poor family. These are the very poor family that have been exploited in accessing education. These are the very poor family have limited information. I'm coming to that. Where also I will rope IGR in because they have a very important role for play owing to the fact they are doing research for the sector. But they have not done research in terms of the capacity of CSO and CSO holding government accountable as it is as Section 97 of the MBSSE Act will make CSO a key partner. Now we look picking away Gebele, whose facility and then at school. We also not for the them. Yes. Echo Aston, the banners, we want them to. I support that policy for them to go back to school. I support it. Picking, we get pregnant, we don't know pregnant. It's different. Them go they go feel some kind of need attention, either for health or for counseling or somebody we go talk to at that moment. It's not happening in the school. So you find out say yes, there is a policy for them to go to school. When they go to school, they not get wetin and they come back. Now oh, sit on the wait. Lastly, you say disability. Me not like for color, I like for color and special needs. How many times you don't read and they go on a radio say they not give them subvention? How many times do you see those pupils who are physically challenged? They wait transport na streets. Motoka and for take them. How many times we not don't see the government say they cannot access health facility even though it did not the act, even though it did it. So the radical inclusion is very good document, but the implementation because of the lack of resources and poor coordination among MDAs. Because where there are proper coordination, the Ministry of Social Welfare can rob in for ensure say working in tandem with Ministry of Basic Education, then solve some of this problem. For instance, if the Ministry of Social Welfare put pen and paper to any donor for picking those specialists, they listen to them more than the Ministry of Basic Education who just provide education for them and they deals with their entire welfare. So this is why in the wisdom of the president, in the implementation of the free quality, they may form what to call interministerial committee. Now two ten they meet. Now interministerial committee, and then the Minister of Education goes there, look Minister of Finance and face. Say this problem that happens so now school now we dey late for pay subsidy. As me and you they talk, so the third term fee subsidy, not to this first term last academic year. Third term subsidy not paid. Waiting at the work of the subsidy, we're very important. We if person the work say in court I send to President Bill, let them know the implication. We make picking and they pay more na school. I'm happy with this topic. When you don't pay feed subsidy, it means for 4 months, those auxiliary staff are gone without salary. They have gone without salary. They get their family, they get for pay rent, lights, bill, all them things in there. Those teachers without PIN code, it means they don't go 4 months without salary. It means learning have taken place 4 months without water in the school. It means learning have taken place 4 months without increased use of data and technology in school. Because when you look at the use of the fee subsidy, what they call the fee subsidy guideline, there is 50% usage, is a purpose for that. 30% usage, there is a purpose for that. And 20% usage. If you have not paid, and look at private school, where the very first day, if you not pay school fee 50%, you will not be allowed in class.
So only a percent.
Fine, unlike government. So that tells you when it comes to public exam, they will do more, they will do well, more than the government school.
So then they not in their
first because they tie the subsidy to what make parents and they pay more. So you go find out now so the principal then at school where that teacher will not get PIN code, where they teach very important subjects, where get buried at the principal they can meet. Where not get transport at the principal they can meet. Where not get money for paying picking school fee at the principal. So what the principal next they do? They take money for admission. What next the principal they do? Resources when they come as subsidy for ensuring the school get water, no now they take for solve them problem today. Because resources not been adequate. How can you since 2018 be paying 10,000 loans, 10 loans for primary school the paper have gone up, every cost have gone up, every variables way for giving quality in the education have gone up, including teachers salary have gone up, but not in a way that teachers are satisfied, because I want to be on the safe side. Because they earlier asked for 400% and they got a little about 45% span over 3 years, 15%. I was part of that negotiation as an observer. I am saying when you don't pay this cost, the tier IGR counts now, you dey expose for them and see say now make you dey pay more at the school, because how you expect the principal the chop money, now you expect for go take for give teachers for go not for go many pick wey stick. So when you don't pay this, there is an implication that would affect learning outcome. And the essence of the free quality education is to improve learning outcome. If you done anything contrary to some of these 9 objectives, parents will have to bear the cost.
Okay, thank you so much, Alfonso Mali of Civil Rights Coalition. Well, we'll go for a short break and we'll come back. We'll continue the rest of the program. edition of We TruTok Morning Show. And we still get we guests then at the studio. We get Alfonso Mali, when are the executive director of Civil Rights Coalition, and we get Alpha Bakar Bari, winner from COMSIL and also Education for All Coalition. And the discussion this morning there around how free is the free quality education. Well, not forget to drop your comments on the Facebook page or we YouTube channel as well. So we continue the last segment of the discussion. Over to you, Makar from COMSIL. So according to an IGR state of education report we've been come out, being get for understand say like almost half of the parents them they complain say infrastructural challenge na the most pressing issue na schools them, especially the fact that they not get boys toilets we separate from girls toilets. So whose significant challenge and health challenge you think say dancing there so and safety concerns then kind of things there so can get as an effect on the education.
All right, thank you very much. I think the parent right myself be fully on that report, and indeed from time to time we don't work with communities, especially in hard to reach communities, because we work what they do. We not just focus on the city, we also focus on peri-urban and remote communities. It remains a challenge actually when you although government over the time through support from partners, we see how as part of the package we have to build some new schools and do some expansion of existing infrastructure and or rehabilitation. Yeah, it really happened. But when you look at from the starting of the free quality education, some 1.3 million picking and be able to enroll, which is some great improvement when you look at the teacher people ratio and the qualified teacher people ratio, which is this also creates a very huge gap as what we'd expect as per the policy. Because as per Sierra Leone, we'd expect say at least like for primary school, nursery school, primary, we'd expect the people teacher ratio is 20 to 1 teacher. For primary and junior secondary, you'd expect is it 40? Then you'd expect 35 for senior secondary school.
People teacher ratio?
Yes, people teacher ratio, yes.
Okay, because according to the State of Education report, it's like
59
to 1 teacher.
Okay.
We're slightly there above the whole,
yes, I see that report. So, what can happen with this enrollment of this implementation of the free quality education? We get huge amount of people enrollment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this can overstretch the available infrastructure we get. So if you find out say most of the classes them overcrowded with teachers, this can also with picking them. Looking at the ratio just as you mentioned, if you find out say the teacher not can absolutely get quality control over the class because of overcrowding. Especially the radical inclusion we make provision for the people to get very inclusive education. Some picking they get special needs. Some picking they get visual impairment, just like what Mr. Alfonso say. So special attention, more time need for give to the one they will need more than others. So looking at the infrastructure, like the wash aspect we talk of, yes, most schools when you move to the provinces, they realize say yes, the structure. Some schools they get the structure, but what happen? The status of the structure and they, just like what Mr. Alfonso said, subsidy is not forthcoming. They come, but they look at the interval when last you receive subsidy. So they expect the schools then for make sure say yes, then rehabilitate the maintenance then available for existing facilities.
The hygiene challenge that the Western area first now big
exactly,
problem before
exactly.
I say the province.
Exactly.
Then they ain't just bad off.
Exactly. So just imagine up to now the resources not come for the internet, then our school not reopen today. So what do they expect? So the teachers and the one they will head the schools, then they go a lot. So this also can be a reason why perhaps they can just take the money that way they for just try for, because as a leader immediately you get a responsibility. If somebody come, maybe inspector of schools come, donor come, or any development partner come visit the school, well, now you the first see with like, inside this picture.
And
the
then
picture is the first
still,
see.
even though we don't dey talk about them for years now, but then still not. You need to see the quiet change way for happen.
Yes, there's a lot of NGO interventions. NGOs they don't do from time to time. Some even they go and but what again the maintenance culture. Some get them
So
facilities.
the
are
school
started
learn
from
for take ownership as well.
yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course. What you some of realize if they find out say like now the provinces where they get maybe vast land, the location outside the toilet, outside the
Far.
wash facility, they far off
Yes.
from the actual from the infrastructure, the school building. So what they realize if they find out say then they're not able to do proper monitoring. Teachers them not even get time, for go make sure say yes, then put things in place or maybe they get hygiene committee we then go set we go make sure say yes that place they always needs because even for the picking health.
Yes.
Yeah, then some side they get separate toilet facility for the female and the male student, boys and girls. Some side it just open.
Yeah.
So if they find out say disease can flow, other things that can happen there. Now a point for like even students they exploit themselves. You see. So of course if parents they complain this, I remember one time we moved in our western area, we set up school health clubs. Yeah. Where we want the student themselves, especially the one that we like for example, if not the GSS level, the one that we within the form 3, GSS 3, we would expect perhaps the level of idea able for managing the young student affairs within themselves for make sure say they get a set up committee. This committee they work closely with the teachers then for make sure say yes they're able for oversee, monitor and maintenance the thing. For example, the teachers then like some schools then get duty roster, maybe some students they can late because this corporal punishment we also need for top of them, meaning let them minimize in our schools. So what think happen? Students where they can late, they can allow them say well if well notified they will fetch water here because they need water. You just can put the next time you can late. So like we will try for introduce the system and therefore make sure say the able get water so that somebody go eat himself able for at least practice good hygiene because Ghana the classroom.
Okay.
At least
Before I come to Alfonso, let's just quickly talk about textbooks.
Textbooks.
We all know say government, Alfonso mentioned earlier, government they supply textbooks to Pekin. But the availability for like one textbook to one Pekin is still low. So what if you say for happen so that Pekin will get at least each Pekin will get your own textbook?
Well. Since last way we see the government makes schools and textbooks available, it's almost a long time period now.
Okay.
Yeah. That's one thing we want to make sure yes, let the stakeholder they know say education need continue to support, not to one-off event.
Okay.
Meaning I just support last academic year, this academic. Like long say now Pekin will play with, especially they were within the primary and junior secondary school. Most of them they within the minor, they're not capable for me. Some of them, the parents they're not even lettered, they're not even go to school. So like they by themselves now then the parents they expect to even take care of them books them. So just imagine you go take property, where government don't use and partners don't spend plenty money, government don't spend huge amount of money, they can't get picking that kind of care no day. So if you expect say if you say because I don't give books 2 years back, so then go still continue for use them books and day. Well, we find out say it possible. Let them misuse them books and they maybe they not take care of them, now picking them to themselves. Yeah. So what you are going for make government for try for work with partners and like the global partnership for education. The EU we see over the years from time to time how they support different sectors, especially the education sector. Because I'm planning with the discuss here. So we need to say government for they don't do more, they don't do well, then try to do more for make sure say yes. Of course, year in year out, every year we expect more picking them for day within the schooling system. Then because of the free quality education, we find out the dropout rate less, compared to the previous years. So the issue of people attrition, they minimize the very rate. So they find out in the schools that they get more picking them. So we expect government for work with all partners then for make sure say they're able to provide the needs of the picking them. Follow way before transform this education sector necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah.
So over to Alfonso. So is it safe for make we say that the free quality education not totally free?
Yes, it's safe and you have to give reason to justify that. So when once you proffer reason But since this make I say not total free, the public will understand
So
say it's not free.
Yes,
the
you don't even mention
challenges
some
and
of them.
yes,
So yes, I
because of
agree
the
with you,
challenges
but I don't
there.
see like when you talk an aside, you forget instances.
Yeah.
So people them will say not free, you're not totally free, which is correct
Okay.
as you see am.
Okay.
Because if you not pay fee subsidy, how do you expect school to run?
Yeah.
If you not ensure say we count radical inclusion, you just put a normal in terms of implementation, you not put resources aside, how do you expect to achieve the one they need? So parents, they are paying, and if you they pay from 2018 to now, the fee remain constant. No school no they will not adjust their fees, including university.
Yeah.
All you are will not do so it's now government assisted school.
Yeah.
Now, in the case of primary, you have what is called performance-based financing, PBF. Based on the performance of primary school, you can receive that grant for specific purpose. That has been given to primary schools by the Free Education Project being implemented by Free Education Secretariat with a multi-donor trust fund. Right. And I don't need to give to primary school.
Yeah.
Another thing in the free quality education we will say no, also free. We have to look at the welfare of teachers. Especially primary school, them teachers and they exploit them, picking them pan butter, scotch and ice. 1,000, 2,000 on a daily basis.
They trust them.
Yes. You go find out say picking for go school na money na mama if mama no get that money for pay that debt or for buy teacher ice, he go cry saying attention no go dey to learning. Divided attention. Why is the objective of that teacher? Instead the member say, our for common water local teach na kisi. Our for ensure say I give Maria to in lunch. Our ensure say I go can landlord go ask me for a rent.
Exactly.
And for balance all that thing.
Yeah.
At the same time, that teacher they name no dey na voucher. You no get pink.
Yes, so we get for
We get one of the lowest teacher salary in the sub-region. I'm saying this. It's not the research.
Yes.
Not research. Now, looking at all of these constraints, civil society cannot hold the ministry accountable. Civil society cannot entirely monitor without resources. So therefore, maybe they think say, since IGR they do research, then for look at the role where civil society they play, because Section 97 in the Education Act make we as key partners. We go to the act to read it. Look at the operation of civil society and contribution in the free quality education, and see where our institution can be strengthened to independently monitor this and be able to call a donor roundtable conference. For instance, when we don't monitor, though, I don't see the gap. I able summon UNICEF, World Bank, when I can see though. Now any Apollo when I can make when I go down say well it's no that funds on a balance and so you know necessary because some of these donors no sooner the minister don't sign the annual work plan. Then they go to the ministry again. But as you just see what it's today, save the children say they make 7,000 polo. By the time the total cost now $2 million,
Yeah.
which doesn't make sense to us. So the Ministry of Education says they not get the capacity for monitor the NGO there.
Yeah.
Because the NGO they monitor and get over the most sophisticated jeep, the most sophisticated vehicle, the most sophisticated equipment. They pay them more salary than you. And you say that the ministry and you poor, you have to go meet and go big. Then they take us this money and send up for care. Then they look the ministry and they know that people they will not be implemented, will do nothing. Then they see, in fact, some of the implementation they go on time. You go see UNICEF old money for implemented, they do at their own pace. Where the problem not can make sense again. Then they cannot feel for can do. Who hold them accountable? It should be the civil society. But if we don't have that support, so IJA is doing very well when it comes to research. Then we do our research where we challenge them. I would like to say it here. When they look at 4 district, 200 school and they call it the states of education reports. But when I read Mr. Lavalley, the angle we take away explain IYV, I agree with her. Why I call on the states. This is why even when they need for the dialogue. So we understand where they are coming from, we understand what IJA achieve. So we say for the give them some of them information in the but if you went and you do 4 districts and you say the state without don't give me that clarification why make you say the state, if possible just put that report before me almost say the state of education report, I'll say it's just 4 districts, why not 16 districts and they call it the states. You understand? But they are doing very well. So there is also need because government They talk say they need civil society, not with all their hearts. Government not want back for the held account. Now the certain textbook I not do. They do. You know why I not do? The very first of them distribute the textbook, they miss the matrix.
What you mean?
Good. If school X forget 200 books, something like 600 books, they can't go there. How for go pull and candy back, you not get that resources for pay back and forth.
So the left book now.
But cool, if you go to some school, the book they not get used. Them pack. We went to one district, it's in Alpha Timbo Bide. We put pictures show at the store. We challenge the and say no supply. They went and said all the pictures they don't get. Now on the ministry, now on account surplus. What you for do? Now store the keeper.
So let's quickly talk about the teacher. We from the reports, let's say we could recruit over 500 teachers or 5,000 teachers. 5,000 teachers throughout this period. But if you go to the rural areas, they still understaffed where you come to.
Not so rural, all side.
Yes.
All side.
Yes. So, what's in the problem?
Now we have about 86 or so thousand teachers. You only have about 37,000 of teachers who are on the payroll. I repeat, you have about 86,000 teachers, and that 86,000 teachers not to the number one need for teacher, and the one that we are available. But most of the ones that go for teach, they all left on an NGO field, they all left go for greener pasture, and they teach in Gambia. We go they meet so Saruchi and in Gambia they teach a past knowledge. In Gambia and they teach the Okude na Guinea and they teach. So TSC when a teacher is having commission. The mandate now for recruits, retrain, penalize, do all things for teacher. They have teacher management, develop their professional standard. This is why you are talking of the teacher licensure. They're now giving them license, like doctor, like now when you go law school when a lawyer, where you misperform that code of conduct, your license can be withdrawn. And so teacher then they now. So the number of teachers who forget will not get them. The number of teachers within at the payroll is very small. So if you look at the number 4 guiding principle, how do you improve that outcome when you school like Vine? Because I'm a board member. Not get English teacher for past how many years. And this is a core subject we're picking for past for go university. How do you expect a school like Bishop Johnson for transform? Where you not get all the teachers and for teach the core subject there. So you find out say even some of them oversubscribed schools. Now make you see the old people themselves can come in, say if they don't get X amounts of teachers, we go pay them, but that not can go far. As they pay them 4, 5, 6 months, they don't tire. So
you're not sustainable.
So the issue of recruiting 5,000 teachers, we applaud government for that. This is very good. But there was a moratorium. It was lifted by this government, which is very good. But looking at overall, the number of teachers we need. Now let me tell you, I heard you talk about wash facility. In this document, the education sector plan is clearly stated that schools should have separate wash facility for boys, separate wash facility for girls. If you go to some school in the provinces, then do not in the big fine wash facility past the school. I went to MCA Falaba. The wash facility fine past the school. I snapped the blackboard and I show Senge. Senge see put per personal money those days in our ministry, go buy blackboard for them. Because I the old in I go to my pass snap put Mr. Marcel and I be the teacher. Now I point out to Senge, I said, look the blackboard where they write there. Well, he went there. This was one good thing about him. He went there. He see I laugh. He WhatsApp me. Yes. You know, because Senge make education see him sort of way like friendly business. The current minister who gets now in highly technical. You know they talk like I Senge they talk. But those steps away they take that solid step, like for instance, who get this admission business, this interview now. It makes sure so get admission committee with anti-corruption inside. For the very first time, that has never happened in the sector. Forget admission committee. Conrad as a minister do that. That admission committee prevent pokuting in our school. You know get that energy for the go na radio talk like saying but in policy then solid. Now for CAS. When I want big thing I get for can talk but all alone I call me continuous assessment scores. Now the kid and they were picking over SS1, we don't know if they go sit because you don't get them right. Then they need for talk about them. But what in the ministry don't do under the chief education officer office, the deputy chief education officer don't train. Or with work including me, they train me. All the DDs them, all the IT officer. So if school not get the facility or the constraint for submit your cash, they submit them. But what thing happen now? The minister don't think they call back check their family on a listing on a blessed TruTok radio because this information is very valuable at the Guna. The ministry now, they don't send all them pick out for situations them back about 174,000. But not 174,000, only 81,000 ministry don't clear up as back. But there are some errors we don't send back now some school for them to go check. If you be them Alfonso Manley, the one they submit now for us, then submit Alfonso A Manley. You will get for experience that A common. The minister look you eye then they check all now then they check. So that school will tell me they do. One game picking Becker result like Ishmael will get very good results from Becker. Then we use Ishmael result for over the 74. Use them for school and free, so use them for school and both the same code. What when they put on the system as they put on the say and say this code now this Ishmael also. Yes, when a young solicitor and barrister, nice stuff. So this is why I love IGR promoting young people. So you find out, say, we the civil society, we have knowledge about policies of education. What we do not have is that capacity for ensuring we hold these people accountable, monitor this, that. Me I can always tell and say, my own organization to IGR again the research. My organization advocacy, advocate talk of policy for B, I not for B, and make a change. This admission when you go on, you see I get some hot with Boku schools. Some of the schools and board not agree with myself because I'm gonna start in school. I say I not see list up for the price list when I put her. I tell me there then go there. Boku parents overspend. Not say no overspend because they go that technical there is different classroom. So you buy uniform and go buy book there. School and Boku. But gradually will get there. But again, the steps now we ministry don't take for ensure say some of them even them money away parents and they pay boku forget about them. I think it makes sense. So dear Mr. Lavalley, in your next research, put on a document. The government go find money for winner Qatar, then China, then side the way you know ask for get money for civil society. For let we continue for monitor and popularize the policy them. When we go okay. One principle I misquote radical inclusion. Anything talk before the chief education officer. They say people on the go muscle not take them for C2 50 old people there. Now radical inclusion. Is that radical inclusion? Radical inclusion they be implemented to those who are within the school age. Okay. You say 50 years. Misquoting that policy, you as a teacher who for now. Before the chief education, they don't get boku document they popularize. Catchment policy, this policy. Parents don't know about it. They don't know about the process for approved school. Can you imagine Choitram is now telling me that they should pay $6,500 for school fee? For when me Alphonse not able to pay. You go build school and me own country me not for able to send me picking. It is wrong. Because they don't follow due process. That due process then at the approval copy or send that to the minister, ask him a question. Did they follow this process? Because if you implement all of the process then if I don't know the fees where they want charge, if I don't know the kind of facility, if I don't tell them say no, we cannot accept this. They came here say that they provide health service when I for every people them. We gave them over 50 acres of land. They privatize it. People who don't go to church and they get bad experience. So they will now migrate from the health sector. They don't come at the education. No, the education sector they don't meet the Waterloo. That's I don't tell the minister.
Why if you say all lengthing there happen? Because not only are the first school where they raise fees this kind of way, and it don't matter because na private school they raise fees anyhow.
We got it wrong during the 2004 Education Act. Section 1 in the 2004 Education Act describe a private school. Say private school na school government they put money pan. Now then people then pull the parable say put him out to side money, so they don't left them loosely. But when Timbo come, he creates one department with a partnership. He hold them tight. When Senge come, he self hold them tight. But Senge not may get the act for backup. So by the time we carry 2023 act on a parliament with the common, it don't be elevated to the chief minister Conrad come. So when Conrad don't come, he says don't begin get dialogue now for look at this private school structure. And I go to him in reception me very good, I go register me dissatisfaction. And I told him in uncertain time that if the ministry allow Choitram for charger fees and then pay that fees. We have no alternative but to give a 21-day notice to police and right for them to provide security for me and the one that will go demonstrate for a peaceful protest. I'm sure I'm sitting before a lawyer. I have to inform them by the 1961 Public Order Act for say them provide for me security. Because IG says a salary and they will send that picking go to that school. The IGO a salary. If he send him picking go, they will question him. So because he need 6,500 is over 160 million. How do we get it? And government they pay 10 million for primary school, pay 50 million. It's bad. So government therefore look at private schools. Secondly, the syllabus of private school. There's a private school picking waiting for teach class 4. Now they go teach us give one picking. Not when picking the AEC use playway method. That's the pedagogy used. So they learn through play. But we have to tell them this the issue because we don't be trained only. Me not your teacher, but the kind of training I don't get. I understand education policy. I know waiting for being at the classroom. I know classroom management. I know differentiation. I know lesson plan, lesson notes, scheme of work. All of these I know.
You forgot teach. Thank you very much,
Executive Director for
National Coordinator
for Civil Rights Coalition. Well, over to you, Alpha Baka Bari from COMCIL and Education for All. So back to the free quality education. All then challenges there. Because of all then challenges there, waiting at the baseline will go able for determine the quality of the current free quality education.
Yeah. Of course, this was a very important question you ask. Yeah. So, of course, before I come to that question, I can remember a few years back we did what we call Education Spikes campaign against privatization of schools. Some of the things in this way will be try to voice out.
Okay.
Go on the radio and talk to parents them, convince them why they prefer state old school than to private schools. Look like this kind of amount where the name we just disconnect to charge. So how many Sierra people have let them pick them? Not easy, not too easy. So of course we just want to tell parents here. I think government schools are the best option. We check most of the people that we point at the check their educational background, people that we go through.
But the quality.
Yes,
the challenges where Alfonso don't mention.
So like coming. Look, one of the challenges every day, of course, most of the materials that we need to get inappropriate. What do I mean? The pedagogy we teach. Today, with the work on one research where they say the concentrations from of them picking them now. You told me you tell primary school. Now it's short, you're not able to teach them for more than almost minutes.
Yes.
So if we also introduce what to call gamified learning. Yeah. Educate on the do some tablets, program with Imagine Worldwide.
Okay.
So they find out say they picking them in a primary school, and then village. They use them tabs here. They do mathematics simple.
That program is very challenging.
Yes, you see. So but actually for the few schools that way they benefit, infrastructure in place, they got the solar the other things and they train teachers then. Okay. It's challenging actually, but I think with the seed and the introduce with this 21st century, we're fine. So coming to of course the question proper. We just give for strengthening what to call but we just give for strengthening system, put system in place. Yeah. For example, the schools where we get the school management committees, community for directly involved. Before now, then community that they exist. Most of the people where they can call, especially in the remote areas, they don't even know. Most of them so they don't even do formal education. Then they serve as committee for oversee what things happen at the school, chief is happen. So we encourage government or the communities, and whenever they set up some of them committees here, let them look for people and we at least they visit them for deliver, they look for monitor the school system. You know, keep out what you know. So I think the accountability again mechanism for even the schools, let them develop a system where the head of schools, the teachers, they will account back with regards to policies and system where government not put in place.
Okay.
So this lose policy way people just they roll out. They're very good when it comes in terms of policy formulation, but when it comes in terms of implementation and monitoring, look like within they say more than 2% are still a quota. Say the radical inclusion, the document very good. It makes Sierra Leone the whole world know but we. When for that particular point, when you read that document, just 4 pillars.
Okay.
But actually, if no one will be able to get the resources, civil society will get the support again for do monitoring. The final CS government will achieve more and more. But this time elapses. We will get the required support. When you look at that kind of strengthening partnership, not to the collaboration, not today.
Okay.
So they find out say government they look fair for civil society organization, but they by law.
Okay, as we wrap up now, we just want for our school now. 5 years from now, who sound for see the education sector? I start with you, Alfonso.
Yeah.
So 5 years from now, one foresee the education sector. When you go through the education sector, you forget job. It should not be mismatch.
Okay.
You don't read, say you go university, you cannot find a job. Education should be relevant to the day-to-day running of the states. Not training thousands of peace and conflict students, you cannot integrate them into jobs. And also, one foresee the education, you forget hands-on. You get lawyer they will sabi gara. You get lawyer they will sabi make baskets. So in the rainy day we court case not in a court, you go back to your trade. That's one foresee the education. Me sitting here, I will tell you say get business in entertainment. So you have a fallback position. Now that kind of education don't want. Not to that streets the book and pen. The first in catch yourself, you spell PZ. The first in church you said now book. No. You for balance them.
Yes.
You dey learn with purpose.
Exactly.
For say I dey aim this institution. I want transform and I want be this, that. But in the course of it, you don't make them.
You get other side for
Thank
feedback.
you. So this is why I say hands-on education in the next 5 years.
Thank you so much, Alfonso. Yes.
Yeah, of course, we get for direct education. Meaning we will get the kind of education where we will fit into the 21st skills, the required skills. Now, for example, and I'm glad with IGI, they tell you really well right now.
Yes.
So, you can don't get your different discipline. You get a lot of professional development courses where somebody can be used for empower himself. If you cannot be a graduate, something that happened recently in USL. Students whenever they can go for internship, well, they get offices where they accommodate them. They will get practical experience, work experience. Came very hard.
Okay.
Came very hard.
Okay.
Very really tough for some of them.
Right.
So like what we they say, of course, the curriculum. We don't try. We see some transformation. But let them continue for the more. Let them continue for the more for able for align the curriculum them. If take to the primary school, the courses then we're able for fit the current job market. So now this week for say if we continue to do that, we add edtech, education technology. We find out say within the next 5 years.
All right.
Yes, we education they will solve the problem. How many look who roads now? Now the foreign companies they make roads there. With the exception of few where I go just name. So what thing will happen to engineers then? What thing happen with the electricians then? What thing happen?
Now office world.
So really
Yeah.
so we want for
That's
education for self-reliance. I think me is the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
something we will
Thank you.
get out of you.
Thank you, Alpha Bakabari from Council and Education for All Coalition and also the National Coordinator for Civil Rights Coalition. When Alfonso Mali, we appreciate Sunakamwana, the first edition of We Good Morning show today. Thank you.
Thank you.
So thanks so much. We will come back after this break and when we come, we will engage the executive director of IGL. We say we can tell we, but this particular radio, whether TruTok and you can tell that the vision. We will come back. Stay with we, not gonna say.
welcome back. Una still they watch the first edition of the TruTok Morning Show with me, Lucy Emanet Aliu and Ishmael Saidu Kanu. Well, as we've been telling una, TruTok na exclusive platform for educational insights, civic discussions, and debates for understand how the salon economy they go like.
Yes, so as I be telling earlier, we they get the executive director for IGR, Wena and Valley. He between at the studio for I can tell we the vision we the BN to talk. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, Ishmael Lusni. Good morning, people in our radio land.
So people then go on for know first of all they know IGR for research and policy. We don't get a radio station now, and people then go on for why within the BN this.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for the one that wait and take the time today for tuning to TruTok. And I encourage all man a salon and outside of salon letting they take their time for they tune into 98.5 FM. I think too often we can they talk about politics, we talk about SLPP and APC, which we normally forget about how for talk about the thing that will matter for our life, how for talk about beginning education, the diamond, the gold, the bauxite, or the dig that this country are under SLPP and APC, but then they fail we. You see, say Salon now one of the countries in the world, not just Africa, we get the biggest deposit of mineral resources. We don't exploit the mineral resources, then they under across regimes. But we're not still not the poorest in the continent. We're not the poorest, one of the poorest globally. We don't talk about anything. The thing we talk about, this Posiana APC, this Posiana SLPP. Healthcare. Healthcare they get better, but now one of the most unsafe places for the mommy them born picking them. But when they talk about that one day, we talk about APC, we talk about SLPP. I'm not talking say bad for lots of political parties, but it's really bad now where a nation they just focus on politics, they forget about itself. They forget about the welfare of households, they forget about the welfare of how institutions they perform, how institutions they behave. So that make we talk say look at a radio station, a platform where we look at TruTok. And by true it means say let we investigate waiting they really happen, waiting they go well, law talks that this they go well, waiting they go wrong, law talks that this they go wrong. And let all sides of the political divide, it be SLPP or it be APC, or it be neutral, or it be northern or it be southern now. Let's see how we go come together for develop a country or all like. You see say if Salon really they go before the badat, the bitterness, they go down. This badat and bitterness, this na northern and this na southern, it increase and it heighten every day because people in the find it difficult for them to make ends meet. So they come at the table for them conversation and they I know they blame people we can find it difficult for them rise above their personal circumstances them and we blame her on political parties. But really fine for let we see how we can get a more educated conversation on that thing and we can realize say even we as civil society, even journalists them, we not can get more technical conversation on what they happen. What do I mean by more technical conversation? If something law talk say we get rest, like right now food, this rainy season, food business a problem.
Yes.
The thing way easy for they do, now for they say, no, right now food business is stronger because of my other bill. But the thing way difficult for they do, now for they look at Bokure in season, under APC, under SLPP, under Tijan Kaba, how food business done the under rain season. In fact, we get when they say rain season, like they talk say the palm tick down long. Because that time they say the rain don't go around the coast. Say rain season, thank you, Mona. So as civil society and as journalists, we need the moment we talk say we want to be very professional. We they forget about political parties. We then talk say this thing they happen at the mining sector. Why mining they fail? They go inside and find out what make mining they fail, what they make it do well in mining sector, and what they do well in the mining sector. You bring that conversation and to people and when they call it either ministers or permanent secretary or president. Say, Lord, can discuss about this here. You do well now, but yeah, you need to do well there. And if you do well, even you self will look good. So when they do that one day, you see they move yourself small from politics. They actually focus on what they call policy. IGR they do a lot of policy research, And too often, we can move with policy work, with policy work from politics. The one they wouldn't just get political brain. They just say, no, that why but now so with paper always day. One of we ABC within a power. One of the paper they will do we really hit now the census, the 2015 census. We watch that paper, the first thing, in fact the first paper that paper, now all waiting the APC they do at that time were statistics radio, not to APC. Now all waiting statistics radio at that time they do with good both census. In fact I can still remember that the first sender and they follow get huge chunk of funding where they go inside census from government. So really we begin to indigenize with census investment. We did for localized census investment. And secondly,
Maybe 100% support.
not to 100%, but if you still say it being large,
Okay.
still a World Bank and other agencies that we then can.
Okay.
And one of the things that we've been good, now the first thing that they follow to get proper coordination between the National Electoral Commission, that's when Christian Atop been there, all the mods card and whatever they use for WinNet we they use, then bring up come to start Sierra Leone. So locally we'll be coordinating resources them for let we do a census.
Okay.
The thing will be bad but the census now the politics inside. So we talk the paper will be published, we say, not just pull the politics inside statistical management. So you see say even in this census, the last census is the same thing.
The midterm.
The midterm census is the same thing. So in fact now I make it say we don't do two censuses then. We don't spend over $24 million, they all two get problem. Because the team will be advised on say this thing how you do so you can do the technical but you can forget the politics right. So you go to call the politics of data. How you they politicize data to your advantage. So waiting with the normally do an IGR with the where you want to do technical work, like if you want criticize the road, say this road they already construct it not better, it's not just sufficient for them to do that. In fact, that a difficult work, you need to get somebody who is an engineer. So that engineer they go tell you say in fact that this is not the material, this is the quality of material they test them before they give you a civil society because not the area for talk about it. So as IGR would do work, we can want for be as technical as possible. You actually take time for study and too often where some people then talk Nanjabo and Manabo, we say, I know this why okay. We people then talk na Abacha Street or you know they talk na Robane Road na McKinney, so no this why this na Salon not talk. The thing about public policy is so complex, it's so sophisticated. In fact, now that make na developed countries, people and we don't really get sound education. They say this why they be brilliant. Now they team up before politics. Not to just the education. Now people that they not say this why I hope they go school say na possible be sober and not be mixed by tif. Now they put before policy, public policy. So now IGR, the whole essence of TruTok, now how will they rise above superficiality, simplicity of public policy, and actually get deeper conversation, more meaningful conversation. So people they talk to them, let's call this better talk. Because we TruTok, it mean another person they talk truth. But really not better talk with the talk now. In the sense that with the talk, if we take today about mining, we talk about how mining the benefits Freetown. Because Freetown not the mine, but you get Boku citizens where they there, where they work for salon, they pay tax. So if that mining minerals they come up corner, they come up pujo, they come out if not gold in the dig, how it for benefit we all. So Freetown for be interested in mining. Cattle rearing, that agriculture where they do now Falaba na Koinadugu. How it benefit Freetown, how it benefit. Imagine if we get now one big farm where they successfully generate cattle, they produce cattle, cow for salon. You know what's going to happen? All man they enjoy. So now that make if the Ministry of Agriculture they allocate money for cattle, not to just the person, the farmer within a Kabbalah for be concerned about it, but you with the bull, you with the Freetown, and it doesn't matter whether an SLPP APC is in power. You for make sure say that money they will not allocate for that farmer day, na Falaba na Kabbalah. Not talk say no, they not be votes for we. You for make sure say that money they go meet up. where that money they meet, I will monitor am with all the better together. So better talk, true talk, a conversation where they make households and families they all talk about what they make them the better. If road transport, if the toll road price increase, not to APC supporter and the suffer, not to SLP supporter and the suffer, now everybody they suffer. So we therefore make sure say, they talk about infrastructure, accountability of infrastructure. It will make sure say you pull. It doesn't matter how you vote, you pull your attention for how you vote. You actually discuss accountability of infrastructure. That's the key.
So let's talk about program. How for design the program then, because we see the economy is very big. So how the program then get for the design then, so that it go able for reach the objective of the radio.
So the way they envision, and I think say, Professor Adam Stevens will lead this process. Really nice for them. Adam Stevens, like professor in economics, but yeah, not to that raw economics in it. Yeah, now real waiting they happen every day. So with the envisage say, if then they talk about if law say President Bio they give a speech at Parliament, the other journalists then go there, the TruTok journalists then go there. TruTok go more interested in with that president they talk, how they affect the economy, how they affect households, not to how SLPP free daughter or APC free daughter. Other journalists then go cover that one day. And to be fair to them, when you look at like radio station like Radio Democracy now the radio station and they will help for build democracy. I remember in the 90s where they moved from one corner to another in the height. We Salome there at work. So it helped for build democracy. You get a radio station, you get like IRN, you get SLBC. So you get AYV, you get radio stations and television stations, and they all, in fact, Salone are one of the places where we really get high free media, where they really do well. But waiting will not do it, now forget a niche radio. So you get a radio station where they talk, say, no, don't focus now on the economy, don't focus on the environment. All of this way they do, how it impacts on the economy. So TruTok, now one down the way they just focus on, if we build this economy today, all man the better. And that make the first person with TruTok interview, now the Minister of Finance. And when you get for say the Minister of Finance get for roll out a big interview in the coming days or weeks. They get for roll out a big interview with Professor Adam Stevens interview. But when you look at 5-6 areas where this radio will affect people then. Don't go clean, we go talk say this thing are waiting me for my household, they call it home economics. All waiting President Bio they talk about, all waiting that Minister of Mines talk about, the Minister of Education. Waiting it mean for me host, waiting mean for me Peking, waiting mean for me girlfriend what they pay school fees for, waiting mean for me boyfriend, where me and two they try for work, waiting me for me sister. So all waiting that they mean for we as individuals, we they call them home economics. Some people they call them bread and butter. So you get to thing they call tax talk. You know tax talk, they never talk quite a lot about taxation. You know, people like normally talk say taxation and citizenship now one and the same, because where you pay tax, because one of the things that they make all these tribalism they be now we need to pay attention to tax. If we pay attention to tax, I think say the bitterness and the hate will reduce. Why are they say this? Are they say this because somebody didn't come up, they pay GST. Where they pay that GST there, all that money they can free some. But the possible way they see as your leader, where they lead you na the local councillor. But you know they get the money. So if that money you they see the chief, you see the local councillor, but you know they get the money. So that money if law say they talk say that your money where you don't pay for that GST, 40% of that money for that GST, they don't give that a local council, they now for fix that road. Believe me, if that road not fixed, you get outside for acts. So you see other countries then they see local governments then they get resources for let them do their work. So when they say tax talk, now a new conversation will they bring inside taxation, where government, Minister of Finance will lay that bill there. TruTok get for the analyzer bill there, they bring people in a forum, the studio. So not talk, not to 1 day, not to 2 days, not to 1 week, not to 2 weeks. They just talk about the finance bill, the finance act. So you talk about different segments there. And TruTok the partner with other agencies there. So you don't see, for example, Akibo by the beds, they can do analysis. So like TruTok can create a platform for them. For them, you can't really talk about that tax, with that implication. The idea, and this is a link to that first program, with our bread and butter. So through that tax talk, you will see how you bread and butter the day that you host. So and clearly how you go day and you get like mind, how you go day na kono, na rutile area, when the dig rutile, you get an iron ore na chocolate. For the talk says chocolate sit on pantap over $4 billion of iron ore. But why una poor? What's not the taxation for mines and minerals, and how that taxation they go filter to communities. So you get forget a program what they call Grow Your Business. Grow your business because the economy get for ride on businesses. The economy get for ride on the private sector. Government by right, government for be small. They can normally talk say government for you get to get a lean government or efficient government, and the private sector actually come in and take hold. So how that private sector they for develop, for improve, TruTok get for discuss that day. So you get to call Grow Your Business. So you get a program where they say low all better, low all better, and some people like you talk say no, this why I don't go for that contract. They not give me because me not to mandate. They not give me because me not to SLPP. Some can be true, some not can be true. Waiting TruTok they look at this country are all for better together. That statement they would that person they make or that company they make will apply for that contract. If that statement they true, they for look into it. If that statement not true, it's a problem, right? So when they say low all better, that program they actually look at equity. They look at equality. They look at justice, because they can talk say there is a convergence between justice and the economy. So if you get if the rule of law prevail, if people are afraid say if this contract go bad, this procurement process here it go bad, we will always give and there will be action if it go bad. We will always get an opportunity where the best person for deliver the contract and they get it. Unfortunately that not can be. So now like you can see some situation where say before the contract that they give the person itself, they talk say no that one they will not wait no more long can fix them. I don't send the panel all that this person and they get them. You don't know. So we don't feel say now a culture for let get back channel arrangement for let contract be awarded. Is it under SLPP? Is it under APC? That's the culture of Sierra Leone. So then I make inside TruTok with the talk say, look, forget about all of that thing. So we really want young people the way they listen to it, there is an opportunity for them to work with TruTok. So if you law talks about me, I can be an contract expert. Me and a person we can sit down, I get a knack for looking into contract them and look at what's wrong with contract, what's not wrong with contract. Say for example toll road contract. Say for example Lunge Airport contract. You need an expert where they talk say, law look into their contract by law, see what will the gain, what will the loss, and law float out to the public, and law float out to parliament. And that brings me to a big program which TruTok gets, when how parliament they make the economy work, than how parliament they make the government accountable. They call it the well. The well na a place where every day, waiting parliament they discuss that business of parliament. Citizens they discuss it as well. And they look for a day where TruTok will talk, say, "Look, talk with this MP about, let's talk about this bill." We know they get time for talk about bills then, like the media. And then bills and their agreement and they really affect people. When they see some agreement they can just go pass up. secretly. Nobody know they knows it. So TruTok get for be an opening for them to discuss every bill, every agreement, and do your way they listen to them. Forget about that in green and red. Think about how that they better you.
Yeah.
And of course, we dey wrap all of this up inside one program what they call Economics 101. Economics 101, it just sound like bread and butter. So Economics 101 and they tie all now, it talks say all of this now, waiting mean for we. It be the tax circle, it be the grow your business, so all of this waiting mean for you. So we blessed right now for get interns them, and we get anchors them, where they work on this, they work with we on NTL, and we dey encourage everybody. If this na a platform where you feel say na I dey come for can attack person, you are not to the platform this. If you na the platform this way you feel say na they can make propaganda, this not a platform. This are the platform for let's Sierra Leoneans then law grow together, law grow business, law grow economies, law grow households, law grow institutions. If this ministry they do well, we dey tell and say, yeah, you they do well. If you know they do well, so you talk this get big link with not only IGR but with other civil society groups that we they do a tremendous good work. Like for example, BAN. So if BAN they do work on budget, it's possible that it will get sustained time there for them to discuss how that budget process they go. So if Carl they do something on the rule of law, how the rule of law they affect the economy, it will get a big platform there. So we get programming with civil society, with private sector, with government. That's the vision. I know it's complicated,
Yes.
but
So as we round up, make we just touch base on how TruTok get for influence policies as well, and then just beyond the advocacies, and then how it for impact individual lives.
so I think say now I don't explain in many words, but if I can summarize.